Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Miniatruner, and welcome to the grand finale of Stellaris Apocalypse, where last time we fought the great containment war against the Unbidden, and a lot of flipping people died, but I think we actually just about pulled that off. Actually, it's been, I think, my favourite war in all of the hundreds of hours I've put into Stellaris. It really kind of shows how the new systems in Apocalypse work so damn well with the hyperlanes, but with the jump drives as an option, but they significantly weaken you, and having to try and fortify up defences, and the defences actually being quite potent, and also having, like, you know, the fleet designer letting me build the line fleet and auto-populate that, and then just jump into the middle of enemy territory and try and hold out against them, together with the environmental hazards of, yeah, the shield nullification of the actual type of star. This is the pulsar star, so therefore there were no shields, and oh, yes, that's been a great war, but I think we are just about strong enough at this point to consider moving in and counter-attacking against these bastards. So let's see what we've got actually going on over here. You three fleets, you can start moving in immediately. You two fleets, move in immediately over here as well. And as for you bastards, some of you can probably stay back, to be honest. But at the bare minimum, yeah, salvaged Fleet 23 and General Security can all head in. Actually, you know what? Fleet 23, you can just wait for a minute because you are almost done upgrading. So, begin moving in. And also, more importantly, keep an eye on what's going on over here. Because there's big forces over here. Where they're heading next is obviously very, very important. We've also got our first little... who have we come across here? Oh dear. Guys, what are you doing right now? I wouldn't recommend. Not on your own. Why did you go in before everyone else? Right, so this force is going to be in flipping trouble. Luckily, here come the reinforcements and the big lads. So, we'll be able to clear out them, but honestly, this force probably wants to consider retreating as soon as it's actually able to. Though actually, it should be okay. Frame rate's not happy, but with the reinforcements coming in as well, that should all actually stack up fine. We'll be able to clear out those bastards. Meanwhile, over here, same basic deal. 150,000 should be able to basically snipe off these bastards. We are just invading on every front. Perdition Beam doing beautiful, beautiful work there. Oh, the poor frame rate. And these guys, yeah, as soon as their shields start collapsing, which should now start happening now, all the corvettes are swinging around, actually firing in... Oh, yeah. Yeah. As soon as the shields start collapsing, they're going to be in a lot of flipping trouble. What else have we got, by the way? You guys over here, start heading in this direction, start mopping up. We've got ourselves... reinforcements coming in from that direction. Are you... Oh. Are you walking straight into the trap? Because if so, that'd just be flipping perfect. So you guys now just, yeah, you're now in a good position to finish off these guys. Watch out, because these forces are going to start getting damaged fast. And as soon as this thing goes down, yeah, as soon as the shields are dead, you just got to love the, yeah, just the Perdition Beam hitting the shield. Yeah, it just collapses as soon as that's done. Okay, we're starting to take these systems back. Over here, there is, where are you actually going, by the way? You're actually a Void Shaper. You're trying to build more stuff over here. Reinforcements, they coming in. Yeah, reinforcements coming in over here. So, in which case, you guys hold your position right where you are. Reinforcements will come in. We'll go and take care of the rest of it momentarily. Fleet 23. You are now, yes, you're now upgraded. Go and join your friends, please. These guys up here have done okay, but major reinforcements are going to be needed. That's absolutely fine. Actually, not really reinforcements so much as repairs. So we'll be okay for the time being. So you guys just send in the reinforcements and then just start working along here, clearing these guys out as fast as you can. It looks to me like, yes indeed. These guys have just decided to walk straight into a flipping... Oh, I just love watching that though. Watching these idiots just throw themselves away. Oh, the environmental stuff is so powerful. If you ever run into what you think is a completely unbeatable force of the Unbidden, just go and take them on inside a pulsar system. It's beautiful. Meanwhile, we are just learning so flipping much about the matter disintegrators. That's just gorgeous too. And we just swing through here. We've got ourselves... the athletes just showed up. Hello, athletes! Are you planning to get involved at any point? Where are you going? They're heading south for the time being. Well, that's absolutely fine. They can help us out there. What's left at this point is... here's the reinforcements. That's 50,000. So we should just be able to sweep through all of them. As soon as that's done, both of these forces will probably need some reinforcements. Apparently I've actually got 2 Titans in this fleet. That's slightly overkill. That really should just be a flagship. So we've got 3 Perdition beams firing like crazy. And there's Fleet 23 coming in from the rear. And we've also got ourselves... Right. Okay. Apparently we've got ourselves a beautiful potential admiral. Excellent. I'll go and check him out as soon as this battle's done. And oh yeah, this is starting to go very, very well indeed. These guys are struggling. Struggling a lot. Now, don't let them take any more territory. You guys all head over there. Though while you're actually going over there, new leader in the leader pool. Is this the guy that was just promoted by any chance? Cautious. Fleet logistics. Okay, cautious is fun. I agree cautious is fun, yes. What have you got? You've cleared out those bastards, absolutely fine. And you've actually got a good quality admiral with you on one of your fleets. Okay, begin operation mopping up. We need all of these guys taken care of, please. How about you? You've got 1 good leader with you. And you have got yourselves... Apparently, you right now are in the middle of a battle. Sorry, you're busy. And in comes the firepower. In come the bombers. And oh... That was just flipping art circling around them there. And the bombers doing the rounds as well. Lovely. So yeah, these forces... these forces do not actually have much. Raxar took one hell of a battering. Yeah, get reinforcements coming in for these guys, please. And for you as well. And by the way, which is the strongest fleet right now? New fleet. Alright, very well. So Spurrier Furnier, with your increased weapon range, have yourself an actual command. But at this point, yeah, this is looking good. This is looking very good. Are you planning to actually move in right now? No, that's reinforcements. You guys are just, yeah, you guys are just falling a bit behind the curve here. 40,000 strength, and we are just, oh yeah. At this point, they're in trouble. Oh yes, and this fleet made it down over here. And that should be pretty much a walkover. We'll take some bad damage. These forces need some serious reinforcements. But the Unbidden at this point are full-on collapsing. Oh, it's good to see. Just a reminder, this is not even a normal crisis. I put the crisis strength up 50% over the usual strength level. So, this is, yeah, a special extra strong crisis. And due respect to the athletes, they've just actually showed up with like 70,000 strength has just actually appeared. Apparently, they want to help out with the final push. So, well done, lads. I appreciate that. Oh, and I can't actually reinforce anymore right now because we are, yeah... Kind of, yeah, completely, literally out of money. Completely out of money. Well, that's fine. We can sort that out. Alright, sectors, guess what? It's tax season. So, yeah, 86,000 for 100. I'll be having that, thank you. So, everybody now should be able to 22,000, 8,000, another 20,000. Ouch. Oh, yeah. Everyone wants reinforcements right now. Everybody wants the reinforcements, and we can barely afford to pay for them, but we'll give it a go. Everyone just keep heading on your happy little way here. What's actually left? Right now it looks like we've cleared out everything with the exception of, yeah, the actual fleet itself, the portal guarding fleet. So that's 200,000. We should be able to handle that. Guys, don't get too far ahead of yourselves, though. Alright, I want everyone just to hang back for the minute, because if we all go in at the same time as the athletes, we should actually be in pretty good shape here. So, are you guys actually... You guys heading the way as well, please. You guys get up to here. You guys get over to... Yeah, you guys just get over to... No, you're actually in the middle of a fight, fine. But as soon as the shield's down... Oh, yeah, just look at that. They've got no health whatsoever. Right, go and join up with these bastards. You look like you're actually going to deal with this station for me. Will be a bit of a hard fight for you. You're double the strength, but you'll take some flipping knocks. But hopefully, because these are bigger ships, you'll be able to warp out of the way. Where are these guys? Don't jump in. Alright, seriously, I'd like us to all go in together. And also, alright, fine. Fleet logistics, that'll flipping do. Oh, in come more. In come the reinforcements. Now, are you guys actually planning to just hang around and follow me? Or are you going to do something really stupid? Because if you guys are actually coming in to follow me, I'm really going to appreciate that. Yeah? You just chilling out with me right now? Or are you just going to... Where are you going? Where are you going? No, we're clearing out that system. It's fine. Possibly they're trying to join up with these guys. These guys, unfortunately, have... Not the best weapon setup for this, but it looks like, yeah, the actual station they're trying to take out is really struggling to hit them back in any significant way. So they'll easily win that fight. They might take a few light knocks at the same time. I think I've got reinforcements coming in. Yeah, I've actually got reinforcements coming in. The corvettes are coming in to help out, and in comes the artillery batteries. Nice. Right, continue on your way, lads. Everyone just continue on your way. Where are you going? Yeah, there's 44,000 there right now. So you've got 30,000 strength. Where are you going? Are you actually... Where are you heading off to? Sorry, you're backing off. That was all you wanted to do. Oh, thanks. Thank you so much. Where are you going, by the way? You're heading south as well. Okay, this is a very peculiar move from you, but alright, fine. Whatever, I guess. Now, what I'd like to do, potentially, is, yeah, hit these guys from multiple angles. Here in Belgium, we got the 17,000 strong station on this side, and then the portal down over here. And we know exactly where my forces are going to warp in. So what I'd like to do is have a big force around here, shove it up the side, and fight these guys. And once the battle is joined, we deploy the rest of our forces from here, straight down south to Belgium. Once the rest of the forces are in Belgium, they can take out the actual, star base. And then, once the shields have been defeated on these ships, then the line can begin bombarding them from great range. Now that will work. And, oh, just look at the reinforcement fleets piling in. They're just arriving en masse through the gateways. I love how the gateways create little, like, choke points. You're actually naffing off, aren't you? Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for not bothering to hang around for the big finale. Because every single star base in my empire is pumping out reinforcements. And all of them are just making their way to the nearest gateway. And just warping in numbers. It's beautiful.
Construction complete.
That makes my heart so happy, just seeing reinforcements just piling in from every flipping angle. It's amazing. Okay, I think enough reinforcements have arrived. It's time to make the move in. Change of tactics. I'm going to have some of frontline, with the exception of the line itself, move in first. They can snipe off this platform. That will then draw this fleet off the portal. The platform will go down before this fleet can get into position. It will also draw this fleet in this direction. Once the fleet is close by to their star, reinforcements will stream in from this direction. At that point, they'll be sandwiched, and their smaller ships will have already gone up front. That will leave their larger ships vulnerable in the rear, and we'll be able to hit them with our corvettes and long-range artillery, and generally, life will be good. And once the battle's joined and the shields start going down, then we bring in the line at the last minute. Only once the shields start collapsing does the line come in, because the line stays at the back and fires in and just tears them apart. That's how we're going to do this, and that should, hopefully, minimise losses as well. And oh my goodness, it's a blend of the old and the new here. It's all our old favourites. So, the Cabbage Liberators are going in. One of the very first forces we actually had, together with the new guys, New Fleet, are also going in. Obviously, the most recent fleet, probably not well named, because once you've named a fleet New Fleet, what do you do with the fleets that come after that? I don't know. On top of them, the Raxar Alliance fleet, we should probably rename that at some point, because that was a fleet named in better times, before the unfortunate thing happened that we don't talk about anymore. So, those forces are deployed immediately. They all start moving off, with the exception of, yeah, that's the line. The line will be moved up to here, but will not warp yet. And blimey, this is a lot of ships we've decided we're sending in. And in they come. Good news, lads. Good flipping news. They're going to start... No, they're not going to respond immediately. Good. That means we can clear out the station before these guys actually respond. And these guys have got their shields back up, so they're stronger than they looked previously. The bombers are also going to be actually sent out and ready out in space before this battle begins properly. Because, yep, here we go. That thing's going to start falling apart. We're bypassing all of its shielding immediately because we've got a fair bit of shield bypass on the new fleet, which is lovely. These forces are starting to move in. The first shot, and that is just a flipping ship picked off immediately. The Perdition beams just one-shotting everything. We have got the range. In come the flipping corvettes. The bombers are going to be close behind them. They have started to fire on us. The corvettes are coming in, but they are just a screening force. The corvettes are not supposed to be the ones to win this. Okay, it's time for phase 2 of this battle. The line needs to move in. So, the line comes in, and actually, screw it. The line is also going to be ordered directly to attack these bastards. So, the line comes in and takes care of that. And the reinforcements, meanwhile, come in from the side. General security. The very first fleet we ever had is now being deployed into this battlefield. Together with, Fleet 23. Who could ever forget classic Fleet 23? And also salvaged fleet. Scruffy, it was never given the glory missions, but it did its job, damn it. So, we should momentarily have more coming in over here. This is just absolutely beautiful. In fact, just for these final moments, let's just get rid of the interface. Let's just watch this happening here. In come the ships. Huge amount of firepower coming in here. The Titans are actually getting close up into range over here. The line force, the line is coming in. The line, I think, is already... Are you guys? Yep, you guys are coming in over here. So there's going to be significant firepower coming in. Okay, and the reinforcements are a little bit on the late side. My bombers are round the back, just getting in there. Oh, so many tabbies are dying this day. But it is for the greater good, damn it. Everything's starting to fall apart here. It looks to me like the Unbidden are very much on the surrounded side. In come the reinforcements. The perdition beams come in. In come the cavalry. And more importantly, in comes the line. And the line is just going to stop bombarding these bastards. Let's get the line's point of view of all of this. The line just chilling out, just watching the battle from afar. Oh, I think the fleet's gone down. And that means now it's just a case of bombarding the actual... Oh my. Oh yeah. Let's just have a slow-mo look at the portal itself. Oh. The portal has been bombed. The fleets are gone. We have got ships everywhere. Reinforcements coming in. Brave swarms of corvettes. Battleships and flipping Titans. Titans at the back. Absolutely flipping gorgeous, those Titans. Absolutely love them. This is pretty much all the strength we can muster. And I'm going to guess if I'm the one that actually turns... Oh, yeah. Yeah. Would you believe that Admiral's gained some experience? He's resilient. That's kind of terrible. And we have destroyed the portal to Belgium. Never again will the bastard Belgians be able to threaten the galaxy. Oh, yes. And a profound sense of elation has settled over most of the galaxy. The tenants of Tabby have won much admiration. Is it going to be enough to offset the whole Death Star business? Because I'm not sure it actually is. And down the portal goes. The invasion has been defeated. We just picked up flipping 210,000 unity. Which is pretty much meaningless because we throw away more than that on the unity ambitions on a regular basis. But there we go. Oh my, just... Alright, guys. Bring them all together. Bring them all together, alright? I want everyone just chilling out in orbit over here. We're just going to have all the fleets hanging out together here. Let's just get rid of all of that. Nice. And there we go. Everyone is just going to chill out. This is where we just live. No, watch it. Don't all crash into each other. Everyone just, yeah, that's right. Spread out a little bit. Spread out. This is our force. Battleships. Titans. Corvettes. Everyone healing up, just doing the rounds. Blimey, Stellaris is a pretty game, mind. Oh, it's just so flipping beautiful. I just love it. So, that was some nice fireworks over there. Also, apparently, the shroud's available. Ooh, do you hear voices too? I do. We cannot be certain this is really happening. Increased evasion. Oh, that would have been useful about a month ago, actually. But alright, fine, whatever. Yeah, go for it. Once again, bloody flipping cursors. And now the sensor range from all sources has been greatly diminished. Marvellous. I have been so flipping unlucky with the shroud, it is ridiculous. Still, we have already begun the process of rebuilding. Just quietly in the background, we've started reclaiming territory. Maybe we should leave some of this as it is. Just kind of, officially mark it off as the actual, Unbidden exclusion zone. An Unbidden memorial, if you will. Maybe we just, leave Belgium as a quiet memorial to the time when, very briefly, I was worried that things were spiraling out of control. Because the containment almost failed. We lost one of our main actual choke points. I was genuinely worried for a second there. But there is, of course, still one thing we need to do. We have not won this game yet. And the reason we've not actually won this game is because, technically, we're not independent. We're still a satellite of these guys. So, request independence. Apparently we can just request that. Right. And, yeah, minus 50. Any chance that I can probably then not going to go for it? Because I did actually, yeah, use a Death Star on one of your planets. That is true. Yes, in fact, quite frankly, I'm amazed that's only minus 50. Still, these guys aren't exactly in a position to refuse. Their fleet power and naval capacity is pathetic next to ours, but we cannot actually declare a war for another few years. So. Luckily, I've got something to keep myself occupied in the meantime. Firstly, anyone that actually needs to have themselves some, you know, upgrades, repairs, reinforcements, you just go and do your own thing. That's absolutely fine. That's very understandable. Many brave tabbies did indeed lose their lives today. In fact, while we're waiting on that, yes, someone did actually ask something rather interesting in the comments that I would actually like to acknowledge, which is, people were asking, what exactly is the situation with the population of my empire right now? Because I've eaten an awful lot of other empires and absorbed a lot of people, and, you know, there's been a lot of inward migration because of all, like, the visitor centres and whatever I've set up. So, I don't actually know myself. Let's flipping find out. So I've just arranged the populations by number, and yeah, perhaps as a rather major surprise here, the most popular species we have in the Empire is in fact the rhino turtles, which I do find rather surprising, but I guess they've actually been migrating into our Empire for some time, and also we've taken over a fair amount of their territory over the years, so apparently we've got 147 rhino turtle pops, followed by the Sakit, which is also a major surprise. Probably because, yeah, they've actually got 71 of one type, and then 39 of another, and 32 of another. Those are subspecies that have evolved a little bit on the differently side, either just because of being in extreme conditions, or because of, like, genetic modification of some description. So there's a lot of Sakit floating on, which is odd, because the Sakit Empire is tiny. It's this tiny little thing up here. Then it's the starfish, who are still our friends, and still happily wave. Just go and give us a wave. Give us a wave, you adorable little starfish bastards. They don't feel like it. That's kind of fair enough, given what I did to some of their planets. They are still charming little mollusk bastards. Oh, he gave us a jump. Look, he gave us a cute little jump. Then it's the figure. This is surprising. I was expecting the Athari to be top still. Once upon a time, the Athari were top. So the figure, formerly, of course, of the Federation of Dicks over on the east. Then the Athari. The Polismus we know about, of course. The cactus people who make excellent farmers across our empire. Then the Raxar. Let's just move quickly on. The Queptiliums. Once upon a time, you were fanatical purifiers due for extermination, but no, I liberated you and I brought you into my empire, and now apparently you are thriving. I don't even know who you are exactly. I think you are one of the yeah, hang on, you're the materialist fallen empire, or rather awakened ascendancy, I believe, and the Grolfer, right next to you, population's almost identical, then actually 10 bajillion mighty ducks, which is lovely, and then we're getting into the smaller things, Pithox. Then the humans, of course, the willing slaves that keep the tabbies happy. Not really slaves, but kind of slaves. And they are just slightly more populous than the tabbies they take care of, which is fine. So that means every tabby has, like, 1.15 humans to take care of them, which is fine, because tabbies need a lot of brushing and a lot of love and attention. Then it's the Romans, who actually are still doing pretty well, and then we're into the small things. The original Zimmerpucks apparently don't exist anymore. The only thing that actually exists in the entire galaxy is, yeah, gene-modded Zimmerpucks that became strong. Right, so they gene-modded their entire species. Fascinating. And then we're into small stuff. Defecans, Huskos, Jazzajans. I feel sad there's not more of them. They were very, very useful in our armies. So, yeah. Then we get into very small stuff indeed. So that's the breakdown of the Empire. I could show you the little demographics pie chart, but it's literally the most useless thing in the world, because you can't click on it in order to actually get data labels, and you can't zoom in on it at all. So it's kind of useless, I'll admit. Also, it's really unclear what refers to what. Like, yeah, what does that refer to? That particular blue. Like, that's a very specific blue, and it could refer to... It could be that, I guess, or maybe that, or there could be a really slim slither of blue somewhere else you just don't flipping know. And the tabbies are, I guess, that one. And are you that, or... And that might be... No, that's probably that. But if that's that, then this is... Yeah, this is the worst pie chart in the world. Please, Paradox, fix this. Also, when the game says that everybody loves me, I can't help but notice that the benefit from the fact that I saved the world from being eaten by invaders through an interdimensional portal, and thus all life being wiped out, that's plus 35. Whereas, yeah, my claims... No, actually, no, our claims on them, meaning their claims on me. That really could be more clearly labelled, by the way. But yeah, the comments told me that's what that actually means. It's when it says our claims on them, it does mean literally our claims, as in Twitter's claims on me. So yeah, actually, the fact that they've decided to lay claim to my territory makes them hate me more than me saving the universe makes them like me. Which does seem wrong. You see, here's an unfortunate thing about my empire and the decisions I made. Because I wanted to go for the Shroud, which I'm going to be honest has not desperately impressed me, because while it can be ludicrously powerful, it can also backfire and actively hurt you. And to my mind, yeah, the benefits you get versus the risks you take aren't really worth 2 full Ascension slots to actually get done. And as a result of that, and the Colossus projects, I just wanted to blow up some stuff. And probably the mistake of taking 1 Vision, because I didn't need the Governing Ethics Attraction. And the Unity, while nice, I could probably have done without. I had enough Unity coming off Spiritualism, so I probably should have not taken 1 Vision, to be honest. The others I thought were actually pretty good, for the most part. Eternal Vigilance, I do think is actually decent. I enjoy the new Mastery of Nature, but it is also kind of a nice to have. I probably should not have taken that either. But that's just a fun one I kind of want to have, because, yeah, it's fun. The rest of it, pretty darn good. Galactic Force Projection's definitely decent with its Fleet Command limit plus 20. Insular Dominion, that's one I'd probably take first next time, just because claim influence cost being low in the early game is so damn important. But, because of all of this, I never had the opportunity to take, you know, Master Builders or whatever it's called these days. So I couldn't actually take any of the actual perks that let me build my own megastructures. So that means that, yeah, if there were some people in the galaxy who now aren't really required, because I know that the continuity aren't coming in, so I don't need them to help me out with that. If there was someone who was like, you know, just squatting on a nice little ring world, I wouldn't mind potentially having it off them. Oh, and here's something fun in the technology. So yeah, something that we learnt from studying their blown up... wait, did we ever blow it up? Well, we hit it a bit. Apparently we've learnt something anyway. Global pacification, something we've learnt from the materialist that we were working with, then against, then with, and shortly against again. Yeah, the shield technology. Now, if I'm going to become the good guys of the galaxy, and I am, then my Death Star needs to stop blowing up planets and instead just encase them in an impenetrable shield forever. Which is better. Definitely better. Now, before we begin this war, how well guarded are these sections? Oh, barely at all. If we can just cut through the actual fleets. There's Alpha Complex. That's a bit better guarded, but nothing we shouldn't be able to basically just go straight through. Yeah, no problem at all. And down here, yeah, nothing over there as well. That's production units. Okay, yeah, should absolutely be all under control, lovely. So, in which case, Omni-Continuity, Terrifying Space Wasps, I'm afraid it's time for you to go, because technically we have this law about robots and AI, and I don't actually know whether you guys are cool or not, and you claim to have 1 trillion souls floating around inside your empire, and to be honest, there's just a lot of trash. There's a lot of broken down systems. Yeah, that's a lot of ruined ring sections. I mean, like, you know, all your systems are broken and trash. Like, I could fix them. I could fix all of this. It will be beautiful. And we could actually populate ring worlds again. So really, I'm doing you a favour. So apparently I have been marked for extermination. Good luck with that. Good luck. So, let's have Salvage Fleet. You guys just warp over to Delta Refuge, if you'd be so kind. That's Shield Fleet up there. Shield Fleet, screw it. You guys just warp straight over there and just take both of those sections, if you'd be so kind. I've got some big forces ready to move straight in over here. And as for you, major forces, yeah, all of you are ready to just move in. So you guys just head straight over here to the Beta Refuge. Everyone move in simultaneously if you would be so kind, and then we'll just see how their fleets choose to respond to this. Okay, good. They're actually breaking up, which is going to make my life even flipping easier. This will be a nice, easy, quick war. Once you've got, like, over 100,000 strength, you should be absolutely fine. So, oh! Why did all of you decide to warp in simultaneously? Okay, that's fine, I suppose. That's great. So, 5,000 odd strength. And, yeah, some of them are moving in over here. Their fleets are moving to engage us immediately. We've already cleared out most of this platform, though I think it's... Is it even firing at us? I'm not sure this thing's even firing at us. It doesn't seem to... Oh, what's it doing? Also, apparently we just lost a fleet. Why did we just lose a fleet? What's going on over here? Well, we definitely won. We just straight up murdered a whole bunch of people. So I'm not really sure what you mean by fleet lost. Maybe a fleet just got caught in a position where it wasn't allowed to be anymore. Fine. This is all looking good to me. Begin advancing. All forces just basically, yeah, surround them. Move in. This is all under control. Anyone who needs just kind of, you know, help or reinforcements or whatever, just begin heading for home. I think we can start moving into position to wrap things up with the War of Independence. Now, what's going on actually in the Omni continuity? Should be, oh yeah. Yeah. I think we've got enough firepower to sort this out. This platform is now being fired on from both sides, and in comes the trap. Shields down, and with shields down, nothing. They got nothing at all. Nice. Now. Deploy the armies. Bring them straight in, please. We'll start taking care of all of this. We own this immediately, and it would appear that it's actually, auto-scanned. Now, I can actually fix this up if I had enough money. 16,000 to actually get each of these fixed up. Okay, I think we can probably pull together, what's that, 32. Right, 64,000 minerals to fix up all of that. Over here, that's going to be another, that's going to be another 64,000, but it's gotta be flipping worth it, hasn't it? Right, sectors. Who's got enough money to fund all of this? Because I'm going to need, 128,000 minerals to make all of this happen. So, some of that's going to be a bit on the tricky side. Admittedly, some of my sectors are a little bit on the drain side. I swear one of you had... 72,000. That'll flipping do the job. Now, I do actually have myself a pile of energy I'm never going to need. The problem is, no one's going to want to trade it. You know what? It's fine. It's absolutely fine. Let's just start over here and get all of this working. So, repair and... hang on. Repair due to immense requirements of... oh! Only one at a time. Well, la-di-da. Never mind. Apparently my empire can't handle that. I'm not quite as advanced as I was hoping for. That's a shame. Did you guys have any special actual debris, by the way? Combat computers, that might be slightly more advanced than mine. I'm not sure. Still, yeah, bring in the armies. Bring in all the armies. Oh, the armies are already here. That's fine. Where are the armies? 1,600. Right, you guys... coming over here, let's see what we got. I believe this one was basically unguarded, so begin landing on this here platform. I know you're not very good at it. I think the Cat Pope just died. That's a shame. Who wants to be the new Cat Pope? We don't really need someone who's, super into armies or fleets anymore. I think we're actually at... oh. But if it's not, we're going to be massively over capacity. I'm not sure we've actually got anyone left who wants the fleet to keep being super big. I wouldn't mind it being you, just because you're actually industrialist. That's kind of nice. You know what? I'm just going to leave this up to fate, because there's no one who's going to increase the size of the fleet. So we might need to make some, compromises. And also, what's going on down here at the surface? Oh, right, robots. I wasn't actually expecting robots, because you guys did say that you had, a trillion souls. Maybe they were all in the ruined ring sections. Oh. Okay, but they're robots, so it's not a genocide, because these are robots, and robots don't count as people, and they've also decided to surrender. Well, that's just flippin' marvellous as well. So do we get all of this immediately? Yes, we do. And does that mean we start immediately... yeah, that means we start immediately killing all of them. Right, well, just clear out all of these ruined stasis chambers. Ah, that's what's going on. So these are, stasis chambers once upon a time. And also, apparently something else is going on elsewhere in the galaxy. Hang on, I just need to click clear a lot first. Right, that'll take a while to do. Meanwhile, over in the processing unit, that's 10 bajillion power, including, lots of dark matter power plants. So this is going to be worth a lot of minerals and a lot of energy over here. And a pretty standard world over here, which is nice. The rest of this, technically, is not actually a world yet. And I cannot actually begin working on any of the rest of this because of the slight issue that apparently can only work on one mega engineering project at once. So, no new systems that actually need to be done immediately. Instead, yeah, the science vessel can just come along here and start doing the research projects. So that is going to get us, in time, our very own ring world, which is lovely. We're just clearing some space off of them for the time being. How long is it going to take for you to be... Oh, wow. Apparently it's going to take quite some time to actually disassemble all of you bastards. Fine. Dear oh flipping dear. Now, while my fleets start moving down to the south, because it is indeed time for an Athelid war, a war of independence to wrap all of this up, what else actually just happened there? Yeah, we won that war, that's great, but who actually attacked who? Ah! These bastards have once again decided to renew their war with the dwarves. Not desperately surprising, to be honest, and... I don't think I've got visibility. No, I don't think I've got visibility of what's going on down here. Though apparently I can see something. And did my... Okay, possibly my last leader also didn't have the increased. Good. That must have been 2 leaders ago. I'm very glad about that. So, I'm going to guess, therefore, we're about to see a big old pile of fleets moving in this direction, which is very, very welcome indeed. That's for you, my good man. Yeah. You are down to very flipping little. The Athelids just don't have much left. I mean, I feel bad about this. Due credit to them. Unlike literally everyone else in the galaxy, they actually deployed forces to try and deal with the Unbidden. They did actually help. They genuinely assisted. But I need to be free. Alright, tabbies cannot be slaves. And even though most of my forces are actually in the process of, yeah, moving south at the minute, I think probably there's enough stuff around here that I can win this war without actually bothering to assault their homeworld. So, instead, we will simply take more territory over here. Now, here's the big thing for me. Because Twitter declared independence. And after they declared independence and went to a war of independence, I showed up and flipping won it for them. Alright? I basically won that for them. So, they better be planning to show up to my war of independence, or I'm going to be really flipping annoyed at Twitter. So, declare war on you guys. Independence war. Invite... Oh. Good. Everyone wants to come along, with the exception of a handful of people. But you know what? Well done. Well done that everyone decided they wanted in on this. So, wait, was Twitter actually in there? Twitter must have been... Hang on. Hang the flip up. Wait, where's Twitter? Where's Twitter? A lot of people are coming along. Twitter aren't! Because they're technically in an actual federation, so you can't... Oh, Twitter. Okay, fine. You've probably been restricted because you're not actually allowed to. But I'm still very annoyed. I'm also annoyed at the Star Hunters. Because the Star Hunters got involved in the last one, but then probably they can't because they're at war, so... I'm still annoyed at Twitter. And our allies also have a couple of claims that they'll be trying to conquer from the enemy. Declare war. And come on. Come on. We've sent a message of war. Anytime you're ready. We're just waiting for it. Do I need to vote yes? I also need to vote yes on my own war. Which I would have thought people would be able to, you know, figure out for themselves, but whatever. And
complete.
Who's waiting for it? Okay. Yep, subjugation. Anytime you're ready, you may have started this war. Ah! The Athenian forces will finish it. I doubt it, guys. Okay, good. I was expecting more of, like, you know, a siren to let me know the war had begun or whatever, but apparently not. Right, so, begin operation clearing out all of these guys. In fact, actually, you know what? No. Do this system first. This system is not going to be very guarded, to be honest. They're actually trying to build a gateway over here. That's probably useful, because I can probably actually turn that into a gateway of my own. You can, yeah, take over a construction site and convert it into a full gateway by yourself. This system is well guarded, so we're just going to crack it. And a whole bunch of people are actually getting involved too. So, well done, guys. Well done to everybody for getting involved. We're just going to immediately jump in over here. And if we're lucky, cracking a handful of planets and taking some systems over here, maybe winning one fight, we can actually declare independence. Because I actually don't want the Athelids to be defeated. I don't actually want to take the territory off them. Like, as a mark of respect for the fact that they showed up in the War of the End Times, they actually sent fleets. They lost men against the Unbidden. I'm going to leave them be. They can just chill out down there, being the overlord of whoever they're actually still overlord of. That's absolutely fine. I have no issue with that whatsoever. How are we doing over here, by the way? Yeah, we're probably safe to deploy the planet cracker at this point. Yeah, okay, yeah, definitely safe. So deploy the planet cracker. In fact, deploy it over here and crack this world, please. And the forces that are already here, you guys can just head over here and continue on with your work with these two systems. And that will be, yeah, that will actually be the reunification of the Tabby Empire. This little enclave will actually be joined up with everything else. Nice. Now, do we have any movement from the actual athletes? Oh, hang on, what just happened there? I think someone decided to try and attack the athletes directly. And it did not work out well for them. They probably shouldn't have done that. Now, the other thing we've got over here is... I can't reach this system. Oh, bloody hell, of course I can't reach that system. Right, you... jump over... No. You jump over here, please. Come on, get on with it. How strong are you, by the way? You're strong enough. You'll do the job. So just jump over to here. Jump there, and then once you're done with that, just start working around here. But the fact that these bastards aren't willing to play ball is going to cause trouble for me. I'm sure of it. In fact, I might actually declare war on the dwarves, just so I can actually get through. I just want to get through. I just want to get through to this territory. Alright, that's all I flipping want. So now you're around here. Are you actually here, by the way? Yes, yes you are. Nice. So you just come over here, and then after you're done with... Why are you not moving in? Guys, we're at war with these guys. This is a war. This is anytime you... Guys! Yeah, that's right. Whenever you're flipping ready. Now, any other movement from the Athelid forces? Because I don't have visibility of them right now. Probably because they were granting me visibility that they've now withdrawn, understandably. So I just don't know where they are. We've just started heading through here, taking care of all of this. And, yeah, we've already begun firing on that system. These forces can probably begin just starting to head around here and mopping up all of this. If you guys stick together, you should be able to handle anything that those guys actually throw at you, and then just keep an eye out. Keep an eye out for any counterattack. As soon as the first planet goes down, we'll see how worried they are about that. I'm going to guess very worried. And yes, indeed, this small force here that's currently being slightly hindered by the jump drive cooldown, they're just making their way around the galaxy, slowly but surely clearing out some of these bastards. Yep, just taking out little systems, doing a bit of damage, nothing major so far. What I could really do with doing is, I need... Oh! There we go. I'm pretty sure that's hopefully us blowing up one of their worlds. Oh yeah, they're straight up to 36%. They've not got enough worlds to be losing worlds, because this is not a war for their survival. This is a war for them maintaining a subject. It makes sense that they're going to lose interest in that war pretty quickly. If their planets are getting cracked, they'd rather lose a subject than lose more planets. So, if I'm right, we should therefore be able to pretty much just move straight through, crack a couple more planets pretty quickly, and life will be good. Now, where are the rest of my fleets? Because they should be, yeah, they're all just moving south as quickly as they can. They're coming down from our new ring world. Everything's nice. We apparently have slightly too many ships right now, but any chance did a thing just turn off in terms of a policy or whatever? We've still got that on. We've still got... Oh, dear. Right, we're losing minerals, lads. So we need to gain some more minerals. Need to gain some more minerals, sooner rather than later, ideally. And part of the problem is the fleet is now too large, yes. So, you know what? We can sort that out. There's a bunch of just fleets just sitting around doing literally nothing. So let's just start disbanding some of the weird fleets that just got lost and never actually joined up with the forces they're supposed to be reinforcing with. That will be absolutely flipping fine. There we go. Fleet back within acceptable limits, but even then, we're actually losing... Yeah, we're losing a lot of minerals right now. This is fine, everything's under control, we've got plenty spare, and we can always call up more from our sectors. If it's actually, just double check all my sectors are actually paying maximum. They're not. They're not paying maximum tax rate. Everyone pay more tax, please. There we go. More flipping tax. There we go. More tax. Just put up the tax rate. The tax rate should really default to 75%, though they shouldn't. It's kind of ridiculous in Stellaris because you always want your tax rate at 75%, because there's no point ever having it being below that, because no sector I've ever had any problems with taxing them at 75%, which sounds ridiculous. Like, you know, the game shouldn't be happy with you doing that. People should object to 75% tax. That's quite high. And more wars are flipping breaking out. There's, oh, Twitter are getting in on the Blood Court too. Well... As Twitter are getting in on the Blood Court, and the Blood Court are actually kind of in my way, I see no particular reason why we shouldn't be getting in on this action too. Declare war. Yep. Containment. No one wants in on that. Declare war, you stupid bastards. So, it turns out, yeah, there we go. That opens up the path we want there. So just start heading through all of this and just start bombarding all of that. That'll do nicely. In fact, actually, no. Don't do that. Instead, head round here and start clearing out all of this stuff. And all of you guys who are moving in, quick as you flippin' like, please, just get over here. And yeah, as soon as you actually get to Karazit, just head in this direction instead. Now, any sign of the Athalids yet? No. Not quite as yet. Death Star's coming in to clean up a couple more planets. The Zimmerpucks have actually done a surprisingly good job coming in over here, straight through this here gateway, I assume, and actually locking down all of this. So well done. Thanks, lads. That's actually that's really kind of you. That's very useful. So we'll continue just cracking all of that down. Now, do you guys actually want this planet? And right, the dwarves have a Colossus. Well, we're definitely going to be wanting to make sure they don't have one of those. This would be why everyone's declaring war on them. So just keep an eye on that, because we most certainly don't want them to be having that. Ah, good. And we're starting to make progress over here. We're just clearing out dwarf territory, which means, yeah, this is what we meant to do ages ago. We long ago meant to lock down some dwarf territory just to make sure we only had a single system bordering them. This was the one I had my eye on once upon a time, but honestly, it feels like Twitter's presumably going to be clearing out some space as well. Though actually, Twitter's got the worst of it. They're walking straight into what looks like a citadel together with a whole bunch of planets. That's going to be slow going for Twitter. Also, the bastards down south have decided to start swearing at me, which is a terrible idea. Like, they really should have got the message, what happens if people swear at me. Speaking of which, let's actually bring up that Death Star. Where is it? There it is. Death Star's looking good. So, second planet needs to get itself cracked. And once we actually crack this and then one more world, that should be pretty much the end of this war. They'll have no choice but to accept my independence. Ah, yes, of course. Part of the reason I'm struggling to figure out what's going on where is Curse of the Bloody Shroud. Luckily, in just 2 days, my sensor range will jump straight back up again. And then we should be in flipping good shape. So, 2 and 1. Now we should be able to see what's going on in the world a lot more flipping clearly. Good. And hopefully that will let us see where the bloody hell the Athalid are. No. Where the hell are their fleets? I've no clue. Like, I can see that there is a very, very tiny dwarf force floating around here. I cannot see their Colossus. That concerns me. Like, I don't think they're going to be able to sneak it up on me. And if they did, we could just basically jump over to it. By the way, hello, Shroud. This might be the last time me and you speak, so let's actually have a good one. Okay, someone's yelling leave at me. I'm going to attempt to penetrate it anyway. And oh. Once again, I've failed. So we should try to invade my world. I'll now bring ruin to yours. I'm going to guess we've got... yeah, we've got another Shroud incursion. Does anyone know where that is, by the way? Where was the... did we just kill it immediately? Did it actually just spawn in... yeah, I think it actually just spawned in somewhere I already was. Do we know? Oh, no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It was definitely somewhere up here. Right, okay. So we've got ourselves a corrupted avatar way up north. We have got no one anywhere near that. Just someone go and deal with it, please. Just go and hunt the bastard down. Hopefully it won't cause too much trouble. I have been so ridiculously unlucky with the Shroud. I don't even know what half of these things necessarily would have done. But still, I have been very, very unlucky. And it looks to me like, actually, these guys are... yeah, it's the entire Condyne League that have gone to war against these guys. Of course it is. So, at this point, the dwarves, having managed to survive pretty much this entire game, are now going to be picked apart. They probably shouldn't have built a Death Star. Or if they did want to build a Death Star, then what they should have done is, you know, actually made sure they only built it when they were strong enough to actually use and defend it. Which is what I did. It worked much better. Now, one final planet needs to be destroyed over here. If I just basically warp you to this system. Hang on, you warp to over here. And then once you're done with that, blow up this world. They should surrender, and that should be our victory. And there they go. So that is 20,000 strong. It ain't much, is it? No, it really ain't much. So you guys, get over here, and now just blow up this world. They'll never get here in time to defend it. And if they are actually coming in this way, which it looks like they are, I don't see any other movement or red. Yeah, you guys head over here, be ready to intercept them. I assume they're heading over, yeah, they're heading in that direction. They've not got much now. They were already battered by this war, so they're in a lot of trouble. Here we go. They're coming in. They will be arriving momentarily. They're totally just going to be heading down this way. Up to 30,000 strength, because their strength is just kind of weirdly inconsistent. Both of you guys head over here as quick as you can. You're already on the move, yeah. And bear in mind, I'm bringing the line up. Alright, I am bringing the line. The unyielding line itself is coming to meet them. So, they're not going to be happy, basically. They're not going to be happy at all. Also, apparently I'm back over to... Am I still building ships somewhere? I assume I'm still just building ships somewhere. I'm not sure. More coming in. There's 50,000 over there, but this will be it. This will be the moment. This is pretty much the last stand of the athletes, so... Oh, they've... No. No, guys. Oh, I'm so sorry. You tried your best, but this is just not working for you at all. And promising admirals are just being added to the pool. What can I learn from your ships, by the way? Just more sapient combat computers, fine. Nothing that we haven't seen before. So that's one of their fleets taken care of. Another one is blatantly coming through this position. Actually... These guys could, in theory, be also trying to attack Twitter territory, because Twitter... No, Twitter didn't get involved. Bastard Twitter. Yeah, just keep on keeping on around here. You guys just head down here, deal with the... Where's the Death Star? I would like to pick off a Death Star, alright? It would cheer me up no end if I could actually pick up a Death Star during this war, just so I feel like I've actually destroyed one. But instead... Oh, I think this is it. I think this is the moment... As the world explodes there, these guys will hit 100% momentarily. And once they hit 100%, they've got to be willing to surrender. Well, it says not quite. So I guess we just keep blowing up worlds until they do. Oh, and the borders are getting to be a bit of a mess round in these parts by the looks of things. Oh yeah, the borders are a big damn mess. There's a blend of me... Athalids, dwarves, the Federation are just getting in here and helping themselves to some of the dwarf territory as well. Oh, this is a flippin' mess. And I think we've actually got our first and possibly only fight against the dwarves here. Yeah, the dwarven fleets are going to come in and try to intercept us, but technologically they are... Hang on, let's see what they've got here. That is kinetic artillery, I think, is what they're just firing at me there. It is... No, it's a kinetic battery. It's not even kinetic artillery. It's not the best stuff. They're still at tier, oh dear. Tier 4 weaponry, tier 3 shields, and still utilising hyperdrive 3. They do not have access to jump drives. Oh, you poor bastards. I'm so sorry. This is just picking on you at this point. I'm genuinely very, very sorry indeed, but you guys have got to go. Sorry. Right, more planets are just being fired upon. Sooner or later, they have to flipping give up. We've also got invasions going on down here, yeah. Pitiful, pitiful dwarf worlds are just falling into our hands. We are up to, yeah, way too many flipping star bases right now. I'll start breaking some of them down shortly. Yeah, you know what? I don't think we really need some of this. And, yeah, more flipping worlds are being blown up. I've got unrest. Why have I got unrest? All of you, no, naff off. Martial law, that should keep that under control for the time being. All of you, just chill out, alright? I'm going to improve your infrastructure and also disassemble your robots. Ah, also it would appear that we do have, yeah, an actual hostile fleet floating around here. You guys, go and hunt him down. Figure out where he is, what he wants, just go get him. Let's just start tearing their fleets out of the sky. Now, I think we're just going to be in a position to... Yeah, we've got to be in a position to catch these guys out of position now. Yeah, there's another Athlid fleet. And we've got reinforcements coming in. The line should be following up momentarily. Their shields are... Yeah, oh, just that artillery is so sexy. I love that artillery. I will be rebuilding this fleet in future games. The line is a marvellous idea. Now, come on, guys. You've got to be ready to give it up. Do you seriously want me to flipping occupy your entire home system to make this happen? Now, I'm starting to become worried I may have slightly misread the terms of the war. You see, the thing is, war goals, even though the war goal was independent, then that would lead to me being independent and them revoking all claims. Fine. But if I were to settle the status quo, apparently settling the status quo is sufficient for the tenets of Tabby to become independent. That's good enough. So if that's actually true, honestly, I'm pretty happy for that to be what happens. Though I might just actually, if I can, take this system as well. Hang on, let me just put a claim down over here. That's going to require just another couple of months. That's fine. Everyone just keep ticking along. It's a-okay. I mean, the Dwarf War's going very well. When I say very well, we've pretty much... There's not really much in the way of dwarves anymore, really. Like, they might get a handful of tiny systems left when we're done that I can't really be bothered to take over, but yeah, I'd say pretty good job here. There's no more dwarves. Never saw that Colossus. Not sure where that got itself to, but the game did say they had it, not just the technology, so I assume it was somewhere. And here we go, one claim down here. Complete. There we go, and also research is just coming in. Yeah, may as well unlock all of the dangerous technologies now, because why not? And also all of the rare techs, because I just feel like it. And apparently I never bothered actually doing this. Oh yeah, that's explosive weapon damage. That'd be flipping why. Go on then, crystal infused plating. Can't remember if that's good enough, so I don't think it is. So with that done, guys, are we willing to settle on the status quo? Because this gives you your core worlds. You get to keep them. So, yeah, status quo. There we go. War goals are disregarded and both sides seized occupied claims. Well, you say this, but it also says I become independent. So I've just dropped a save in case that tooltip is just wrong. We will accept this for now. Am I independent? Am I independent at this point? Am I successfully independent? Well, it says I am. So I'd like to think if I restart time in a second. There we flipping go. As I have become independent, because apparently even though the war goal was independence, apparently you didn't need to meet all your war goals to make that happen because reasons. We have indeed managed to win through the domination victory. Now everyone is just basically throwing down claims on us, which is harsh because we were just fighting on the same sides there. So there we are. The tenets of Tabby have won the game by owning 40% of all habitable planets. I suspect it's more than that actually, because one, I've got a very big empire, and two, some of the areas I don't live, to be honest, some of the formerly habitable planets may have been slightly blown up, which does give me an edge. Because, of course, there's two ways to have 40% of habitable planets. One, you actually take over 40% of the galaxy. Or two, have whatever percentage of the galaxy you do actually own, and then follow that up by blowing up all the other habitable planets. Because eventually, you'll be up to 40% of the total. It's not exactly a good strategy, but it works. And as for all of this, yeah, technically, these guys basically got to gain nothing. We basically had to hand all of this back because we didn't have the claims on it. So, the Athenids still have an empire. They still do have an empire. There are a few less planets in it now. I will admit, that one's on me. But still, I'm pretty happy with this now. And yeah, now if we go into the Union's map, we can actually see what the true state of the galaxy is. So, there is... Why do you guys have to be purple as well? That's not helpful. So I control all of this lovely stuff to go with this little enclave down here and a bunch of dwarf territory. Would you guys be happy to settle as well? Because I'd be happy to be at peace at this point. So if you just want to settle the status quo, I'm up for that. So if you guys just want to have peace as well, there we go. We will accept this for now. And we will also withdraw from your territory. So those guys get to have a bunch of territory. Did you immediately start laying claims down or something? No, of course not. They don't have to. Twitter's decided they hate us, though. They've actually closed borders to us. What a bunch of dicks. I really helped you out. But you know what? I'm glad that the Athalids get to keep themselves a small little empire. Not exactly a great empire, to be honest, because, yeah, one of the biggest members was, in fact, yeah, it was the dwarves. And they're dead now. The other member, of course, is, yeah, the Zimmerpucks are doing okay. They never actually got to securing the territory around here. Twitter is independent, and when I say independent, they're actually part of a really tiny, crappy federation. Together with, yeah, the Athari Stellar Hegemony, just because they didn't really have anyone else to actually confederate with. Yes, if you wouldn't mind just stopping laying down claims, please. Meanwhile, just have a quick look over the planets that I actually ultimately ended up with. Prophet's Retreat, absolutely fully occupied, looking absolutely beautiful. The production unit is well occupied by, oh yeah, just everyone. The Rhino Turtles, the Dwarves, many of them are just jumping ship and wanting to join us instead. You are one Fallen Empire species, now living on a different Fallen Empire's ring world, so welcome aboard. Together with, yeah, there's the Figure and the Deathicans. This has been a good game. This has been a good game of Stellaris. I have very, very much enjoyed this game. There's been some memorable people in it. And in the end, I think we can all agree that I was the good guys. Because I saved the galaxy from the Unbidden. So whatever else was done at various points, the thing to remember is I saved the galaxy from Belgium. Alright? That's the bit that matters. So I think, ladies and gentlemen, we should wrap things up here in one of my favourite spots in the galaxy, which is my Dyson Sphere. My beautiful, glowing, purple Dyson Sphere. Oh, it's lovely. It's just flippin' lovely. I absolutely flippin' adore this thing. Admittedly, we may have made some of these planets a bit cold. I am sorry about that, if that's what actually happened. So, yeah, these planets probably ended up a bit colder than they were once upon a time. But, yeah, my beautiful Dyson Sphere. And I've got a ring world too. I'm in the process of fixing up my ring world. So, you know, I am turning the Omni-Continuity's dreams into reality. That's good as well. I just killed some fanatical purifiers, the bloody dwarves. They just developed a Death Star. Can't have fanatical purifiers with Death Stars, so I went and took them out. So they're definitely not building a Death Star again anytime soon. So, in general... Oh, and you know, save the galaxy. Save the entire universe from the Unbidden. So I don't see how anyone could possibly deny I'm the good guy here. And back home to repose, the home planet of the Tabbies. Tabbies and humans living side by side with their beautiful, unique buildings. Ministry of Culture, Research Institute, Citadel of Faith, Physics Labs. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful things. There's the Galactic Stock Exchange and Engineering Facility 4. We never even built 5. We didn't even get those up to maximum. The Tabbies have led us to a golden age, or if not quite a golden age, they've taken over the galaxy, but that's still better than the Unbidden taking over. In the end, I think we can all basically conclude, at least it wasn't the Unbidden. It could have been worse than it was. And go on then. One last flipping trip into the Shroud. We made it, we're inside. It never works out well for us. Yeah, meditate here for a moment. And, oh, for bloody... Right, okay. No, as it turns out, permanent catatonia. I thought that wasn't a curse, but no, it was just a failure. There's been a lot of failure. A lot of failure going on here. I assume, by the way, we killed the evil entity from the Shroud. Yeah? Salvage fleet, did you kill it? I'm guessing you killed it. Well done, guys. So that is the end of Stellaris Apocalypse for now, ladies and gentlemen. Never say never, though. It may well be back. If it does come back, it'll definitely be, you know, when there's a big change, like as big as Stellaris Apocalypse was. Though, admittedly, Apocalypse itself wasn't a massive change. The big change was Stellaris 2.0, where they redid everything. I know they have it in their roadmap. They want to redo, like, politics and diplomacy and federations and subterfuge and stuff like that. Like, when that comes in, I suspect at that point I'll bring Stellaris back in some capacity, because that's, yeah, arguably not great right now. Federations are fun, but they don't work that well, and there's just not enough depth to the politics and to the trade and to the subterfuge and to how empires interact in any way other than pew pew pew. So I will very much be keeping an eye out for that, ladies and gentlemen. Expect to see Stellaris back one day. But oh, it's been a good run. I've had so much fun this run. And I'm glad that the Unbidden really put up one hell of a fight. Next time, maybe I'll whack up the crisis to even higher than plus 50%. Maybe I'll even dare to double them up to 100%. Because then that could have been a problem. That could have been a problem even for me at that point. So I think that's what we'll do next time, ladies and gentlemen. And I'll probably flipping regret it. Dear oh flipping dear. Yes, indeed. We will be back at some point, ladies and gentlemen. But for this exact spot, starting imminently... Oh, I've got something a bit different, and I think you're going to like it, ladies and gentlemen. But in the meantime, I've been John. This has been many a true nerd, and this has been the just wonderful Stellaris. Thank you very much, and goodbye. This is the face of death, okay? This is what my sudden death looks like. Do not engage before we arrive. Do not engage. What are you doing? I specifically said don't. Oh, no.
No, John.
Oh, he likes that. The Romans touched me.